That's him.
They say that Yoshi so arrogant. No pulling over, we traveling. Fasten your seatbelt in case of an accident. Moving with motion won't crash the whip. Only a dagger I'm strapped up with might leave you wholly inside this establishment. I get the dough and I'm stacking it till my whole family rich. Khloe Kardashian. King size bed in my palaces. Your better pallet, you blowing the mattresses. Counting up, add no subtraction and major in math. The maths up with calculus. Don't mix me up with no battle, bitch. More than a rapper, Yoshi philanthropist. I get the dough and I'm stacking it till my whole family rich. Khloe Kardashian.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Yoshi G, and I am back with another episode of Yoshi Knows Ball. This is episode 3. I apologize that I am a little bit behind. You know what? I'm not even going to say that because I am new to this and I haven't really established a set routine. So I was wanting to do weekly podcasts, blogs, whatever this is. I was wanting to do, this would be a vlog, yes, a video blog. So I've been wanting to do it weekly. However, life has been lifing and it seems to have been working out for me better bi-weekly. Also, I really wanted to get some World Cup footage in and get my content that I was invited to the World Cup trophy tour, and I wanted to go and really lock in, and it was so much fun, y'all. And I'll do that in another blog, and I'll talk about all the fun I had and what I saw and my picture with the World Cup, the real World Cup. It was really, really cool. But episode 3, we need to get into it. We are still in the off season, and the off season is loud, honey. So on Yoshi Knows Ball, we stick to ball. We don't talk about any drama. We don't talk about any rumors. We don't talk about anything other than ball, analytics, coaching, predictions. I'm not a betting girl, so I can't tell you what to bet on. Everybody's trying to get me to get into betting, and I'm like, I'm not a betting girl. I don't know what to do. I don't know if at this point in my life I want to go down that rabbit hole, even if it's just as a promoter, because I don't know enough to even tell you about sports gambling. I don't know, okay? I just love football. I love NFL. Some people was like, are you going to talk about UFL? Baby, I'm trying to at least watch it as spring football and get into it and give it a fair chance. I'm trying because I do love football on all levels, high school, college, pros. So I should be able to watch UFL, spring football, and enjoy it in the same manner. I enjoyed the flag football game, so why not, But I'm working on it. You gotta bear with your girl, okay? Give me a chance. Okay, so as you guys see, I got my overlay. Got my overlay. It says Yoshi Knows Ball. I figured out how to do my OBS. So I have the whole picture the right way. There's like the phone is turned to the side, but I'm not using my phone. I figured out how to use my MacBook in the OBS so that I can use my phone for notes. I am so thrilled, guys. That is going to step it up and change the game tremendously for me and give me a lot of courage and confidence to do more how do I say, organic type of vlogs. I'm not going to say I wasn't organic before, but I was having to record it in a manner where I'm adding transitions and I'm stopping, pausing, and trying to find my place and this and that, where I want it to be more like how I'm doing now. Constant stream. If I ramble, I ramble. If I say the wrong word, I say the wrong word. You know what I mean? If I need to scratch my nose, I scratch my nose. I don't want it to be so clipped up for perfection. I want to still be able to be myself, and I want to be able to air it live and it be a smooth live, like you guys are watching it live. So I have to figure out how I'm going to do that, but that's how I'm going to air this one. So episode 3. Oh, we made it. So much to talk about. So much has happened, and every time I think I have, because last week I was going to talk about 49ers and Brandon Ayuk. Is that how you say his name? Ayuk. I'm sorry, bro. I was going to talk about that because that was like interesting at that time. But then, and then like the head coaches meeting and all that stuff, I was going to talk about that because that was last week. But then it flew by so fast. It's like, okay, we're on to new stuff. So I streamlined it in a way where I can talk about the things that I think matter for episode 3. And then maybe, if need be, I can go on a tangent or a soapbox or something like that. Okay, so I got my battle rap bars in the notes. As you guys know, I am a battle rapper, and there may be a chance that I may return and dibble and dabble here. I'm definitely still doing my music as far as the stadium tour. So we have so much on my plate, baby. I'm busy. So any help, guidance, or support is well needed. Okay, so episode 3. This basically, I was trying to find a title. I wanted to do something like, the off season is loud, but I'm louder. But I don't know, my algorithm likes when I do plays or puns on the players' names. So I'll sit back, think about how I want to title this one based off of a player that's, in the headlines right now. Okay, so I welcome you guys back. Basically, like I said here, we're just big on analysis, coaching, the off-season chaos, like all of the extra stuff is, for me, that's just like background noise, right? I just care about the game. And the NFL tried to I feel like they tried to cram a month's worth of headlines into these past 10 days, which is fine. I stretch before I work out anyway. I stretch before I carry anyway. But I had to play catch up. So we're going to, like I said, break this down into what was the most important things for me to discuss, and it'll all make sense. I would say by like episode 10, you will understand that there's a method to my madness. Okay, so the biggest story for me right now, which is, I'm thinking the stars that it waited for me, is this DOJ situation. Okay, now I have to do way more research to figure out what's going on. So I can't break it down for you yet and tell you, okay, this is that, and this is that, and this is that. I still have a lot of research to do, honey. But this is what we know. Okay? My source is multiple outlets that is reporting this DOJ investigation, okay? So my source is not, trust me, bro. If you're looking at anything that's going on your timeline right now, you've seen at least one headline about this DOJ situation. If you don't know what that stands for, that's the Department of Justice. And what they're investigating is the NFL broadcast rights. There was a lot of people that were upset last year about having to have all of these different subscriptions to watch, if you want to watch a good amount of the NFL games. If you're like a true fan, you want to watch a lot of the games, not just the games that are in your network local. You want to watch a lot of the games. And used to be you could just get your Sunday ticket, with that NFL Sunday ticket or something similar through your cable subscription and be able to have access to it. For a long time, people used like YouTube TV, gave you access to it. It gave you your Sunday ticket. Like, it's been like that for a long time. We would pay, whether it be like $50 to $100, we would pay. We didn't mind. And with our set price, we were good all season. Now, you got to have Tubi, you got to have Peacock, you got to have Netflix, you got to have YouTube TV, you got to have your local channels, you got to have all of these different things to get the games. And it's like, as fans, I did it. Like, I did it. You know what I mean? But Stream East, and you guys want to cut down on bootlegging and all the piracy, but you're making it so hard for the consumer to get the product. Like, so hard for the consumer to get the product. So I didn't know that there was anything that the DOJ could do about that. I thought NFL was just its own entity and they monopolized the way to do whatever the fuck they want. Excuse my French, I haven't cursed in any of the episodes. But I don't think I've cursed for real. That felt naughty. But I've always thought NFL was able to do, they were the big boys. They were able to do what they want. I did not I guess I didn't put two and two together that, okay, you want to know who really the big brother is? It's always going to be the government, and they can step in and do whatever they want if we're talking about any entity in this country that's making money. So basically, this what I got based off of my little mini research, and like I said, I have so much more research to do on this. I'm gonna nerd out on it. So probably by episode 4, if I'm ready to do my weekly or bi-weekly, we don't know, but hopefully by episode 4 I can give you a real breakdown on what's gonna happen with this, or what I have gathered in my research. Okay, so the Justice Department officially opened an investigation into the NFL over subscription and broadcast rights. So basically the league might have to explain why, like I just said, why the fans have to go through so much. They need a PhD, a VPN, 3 streaming services, plasma, just to watch their team play. You know what I mean? So that's basically what the DOJ is going to investigate, and they're going to want an answer from the NFL as to what is going on with your marketing, broadcasting, advertising strategy, that you have all of these different networks tied in. So this is one of those stories. It may look boring on paper, but it's actually like a huge deal. That's why I said I have to nerd out on it. It's pretty massive. Like it's a big deal because it can affect a lot of things going forward in how we consume, how we continue to consume NFL. So if the DOJ finds anything, like I said, it could reshape how the games are distributed, how much fans pay, how much leverage the league has over its media partners, like the ones that I named. So if you're a creator like me, if you're a sports fan like me, if you're a business savvy person and you're just into these type of things, because it could affect the stock market, it could affect hella stuff, then you want to pay close attention. And like I said, I will be giving more information and more feedback as the time comes. All right. So, I like to talk about roster moves, and I like to talk about contracts, energies, and stuff like that. If I was a lawyer, if I was to ever be a lawyer, I would be like a contract lawyer. I'm intrigued with things like that. So, CJ Stroud. We love a black quarterback over here. CJ was locked in for his 5th-year option with the Texans. It looks like they also locked in Will Anderson. And basically Houston said, we talked about this with JSN. I wouldn't say it's to that level, but as far as like the 5th-year options with what the Seahawks did with JSN and Witherspoon, I'm pretty sure that's Witherspoon, that 5th year, we're going to make sure that we exercise that option, because basically Houston's saying we're not playing with our food. We're not going to play with our food. They secured their franchise QB, and their franchise pass rusher early. Like, let's just get this out the way. Like, we're not going to play no games. And in my eyes, that's what a competent front office looks like. You know what I mean? Let's just keep them. We need them. Let's just keep them. We see the potential. We gonna need y'all. You know what I mean? So let's just lock it in. Let me just go and just lock it in, okay? We done been together all this time. Let's just lock it in. Let's make it official. Like, what we doing? New York Giants. New York Giants. New York Giants. New York Giants. All my Giants fans, I'm always going to bring up Russell Wilson. Y'all always going to bring up Russell Wilson. And we're going to go back and forth because that's my guy. I love me some Russell Wilson. And I just don't like how y'all was talking about my guy. I just don't like how y'all was talking about my guy. I know y'all going to say you expected more, you wanted more from him. But I feel like he's such a great, nice guy. And it's just really hard to see him be talked about in such harsh ways. Okay, so let's go to the Giants drama. And this came right on time for me too, honey. Dexter Lawrence. I had some Giants fans that I was talking to the other day, and they want to keep Dexter. He's requesting a trade, but they want to keep him. So the Giants star DT wants out, and he's been skipping off-season workouts. New York is in that awkward space, basically, where they're rebuilding, right? but they're also pretending they're not. Like, we see what's going on, but are you rebuilding or not? Like, what we doing? I guess the draft will tell, but they're pretending that they're not, but they are clearly wanting to rebuild and looking towards the future. And losing Lawrence would be a size in that awkward space, basically, where they're rebuilding, right? But they're also pretending they're not. Like, we see what's going on, but are you rebuilding or not? Like, what we doing? I guess the draft will tell, but they're pretending that they're not, but they are clearly wanting to rebuild and looking towards the future. And losing Lawrence would be a seismic. Oh, I like that word. It's a big girl, big vocabulary. Keelan, the spelling bee word. That is going to be a huge shift for the defense. Like, they need to keep him, and they want to keep him, and so we'll keep our eye on that to see what happens with that. As far as the Jaguars go, I'm really excited that they decided to have their season in Orlando, even though it's going to take away from me going to my stadium tour and hitting the correct city of Jacksonville. We're going to see what Orlando does as the stand-in, the substitute city, and I think it's just really cool because they have the Magic there, and then they'll have the football there, and it's Central Florida, so it gives an opportunity for the fans that are in Central Florida to go to more games. Also, the fans that are in South Florida, because they have like Brightline, where you can easily get from South Florida to Central Florida, and it's just gonna open a lot of doors. Like, it's just like the perfect spot for it, honestly. But they're the Jacksonville Jaguars, so eventually they'll have to go home when the new stadium is ready, and we're excited about that. And like I said, I see nothing wrong with it being in Orlando. I think that was the perfect middle ground spot while they built the new stadium. But speaking of the Jaguars, they extend Travon Walker 4 years, 110 million. You guys know that don't sound as exactly like that, but it's that. We'll break down the numbers because people always think like 110 million right now. No, but we'll break that down. One of these numbers episodes. Basically, what I'm saying as far as the extension goes is like the Jaguars are doubling down on development, right? And they got Travis Hunter, who I think is really, really great. He's a weapon when it comes to offense and defense. And so they're going to have an opportunity to really build upon development and have like a great team in the next couple of years. First off, they were pretty okay last season. They weren't bad at all. And they were worse teams, and there's a lot of potential there for Jacksonville. So we'll keep our eye on any other roster moves and contract stuff for next week or next week. We'll keep our eye on those things. Those things are very important in Yoshi Knows Ball because it'll all tie in. I promise you, it'll all tie in when you see how these boys playing in the season, okay? I promise you, it's important. Now, let's get into draft season. We've had pro days happen. I've seen some pro days. I've even seen some of these guys are hosting like private pro days, or where it's not necessarily where the school has their top recruits come, throw balls and do drills for potential NFL coaches or scouts. I'm talking about one player, I think he was in Arizona, hosting his own private, and maybe that's like something that is common. I just can't think that I've necessarily like put my mind to it. His own private pro day where scouts can come just specifically for him. So I'm like, who the heck is he gonna be scrimmaging with? But we'll keep our eye on we're watching all of the draft stuff. I have my team, my official team that's looking into all of the visitors that are going to the teams. So, for example, my insider is a huge Pittsburgher. If that's an insult, that Steeler fans get, I am so sorry, because that was just a slip of the tongue. There was 30 visitors pre-draft so far that have come to visit the Steelers. I've seen some, what was the guy's name? I've seen some people come out to Seattle and visit, and we love these type of things. We love the draft. We're excited. We will be there. It's in 2 weeks. Time is ticking. And let's just talk about the elephant in the room, the Cinderella story. I don't even know what to call it, but it's just what everybody's talking about when it comes to the draft. There's always one like draft star that everybody has to talk about or that everybody has their eye on. And for right now, it's for sure Fernando Mendoza, a lot around Ty Simpson as well. And honestly, I think the discourse is out of control. Like, it's entertaining, but it's out of control. Every insider, scout, and anonymous GM has a different take. Every analyst and sports media personality has a different take. Every fan has a different take. And honestly, some say Simpson is rising. Some say Mendoza is QB1. Some say both are propaganda. And draft season is like, it's basically a group project where, how do I put it? It's basically a group project where nobody agrees and everyone lies. Nobody agrees and everyone lies in the group project. And where the goal would be like, it's not like where there's a goal of teamwork. It's kind of still extremely dog eat dog. And we also see players like Jordan Tyson. He was working out for teams 6 days before the draft. And that is what we consider rare timing. So when a player schedules a workout this late, it usually means one of two things. A team asks for a final look, or he's trying to force his way into day 2. Either way, it's a storyline to watch. So we'll keep our eyes on that. This don't seem right. I'm looking at my notes, and I put that in there about Jordan Tyson, but I don't know where this 6 days before the draft is coming from. And I'm making sure that's not a typo and it's not actually 16. Arizona State receiver Jordan Tyson will work out for the NFL team 6 days before the draft, April 17th. Oh, that's the private. Duh. I got lost in the sauce. That's the kid that I'm talking about that's doing the private workout for the NFL teams, which is going to be, it says April 17th, 6 days before the draft. So I'm like, how is this tying in together like 6 days before the draft? I seen he was doing a private one. I guess I put it in my notes that is 6 days before the draft. But I guess it just didn't register like, yo, what? Because, And I'm like, what? So sorry about that, guys. That threw me, because I sit here and did this research when I seen it. When I remember seeing the flyer, I'm like, I never seen anybody do a private workout like this. And it may be that they've done one before, but not this close to the draft. So in my mind, I got too many notes, y'all. I've been doing too much, y'all. I wasn't able to put 2 and 2 together. Let's talk coaches, not drama. Let's talk coaches, culture, and chaos. Not drama, though. Really, really cool, in my opinion. The Falcons dropped a new one. The Titans dropped a new one. And it's going to be more teams that are dropping uniforms. So we're going to keep an eye out for that, because when I go to the stadiums, I'm going to be wearing different jerseys. If it's not a throwback of like a player that I really admired back in the day, I'm going to have one of these new jerseys. And we're going to see what is given. Okay? We're going to see what is given. I feel like I missed something. Okay, Falcons. Bijan Robinson. Bijan says he feels better. We love that. He says he feels better than ever. And he's been working out with Christian McCaffrey. And basically that's like a chef, already great chef, that's training with Gordon Ramsay. You know what I mean? So you're gonna either level up, or he gonna show you that there's levels. Basically, there's really no in between. And from what I've been seeing, Bijan look like he leveling up. So I'm really excited about that. We support Tua. Tua's gonna do great in Atlanta, and we showing love to them dirty birds, man. We fuck with the Falcons. No bad blood towards the Falcons over here. Okay, so we got into the uniforms. So, okay, Commanders' new uniforms. The players love them. The fans are split. And I'll say this, Washington has been going through a lot of rebrands. A name change, a stadium change, a uniform change is very slight in this. You know what I mean? But they kind of needed a rebrand, because I feel like this is a step in the right direction without being shady. I was gonna say something shady, but I don't have, I'm not gonna do my Commanders like that. Okay, we're returning a new leaf where I don't hate on no team, not even the Eagles. Okay, the Ravens' new uniforms are gonna drop April 16th, and Baltimore is one of those teams that when it comes to the jerseys, uniforms, and stuff like that, and merch, they rarely miss. When it comes to aesthetics, they rarely miss with the aesthetics. And so if they lean into the black and purple menace, what they call it, what they call it, the dark night, or the dark energy mode, or whatever they call it, some dark mode energy, bruh, it's a win for me. It's a win for me. So a few things before we're gonna touch about before the closing, before we close this out and we get out of here, and I try to figure out how to do this live stream, flaws and all, baby. We want to talk about a few things. So Amazon wants to stream a Super Bowl, Amazon Prime, of course, and in the fullness of time, they want to. Translation, they're already negotiating. Okay? So we're going to keep that in mind. Next, UFL. Like I said, I'm trying to give it a chance. The news that I have around that is they're expanding to Oklahoma City in 2028. Spring football refuses to die. They actually plan on doing a lot of expandings. Y'all could come back and bring the Seattle... What do they call the Seattle team? Sea Pirates or something. Hey Siri, what was the name of the UFL team in Seattle?
Here's an answer from Britannica.
She said Seattle Seahawks. Lord, it was something like a sea merchant or something. UFL Seattle. The sea Dragons. I'm like, I know it wasn't crazy. The Sea Dragons. Y'all could bring the Sea Dragons back if y'all really trying to push UFL like that, because we support in Seattle. We show love and we support our sports teams, and we go out there and we got the Supersonics coming back. But if y'all want to, y'all could come. We won't be mad. So yes, they're going to Oklahoma City. Big love to Oklahoma. You know how I feel about Oklahoma. I love Oklahoma. Take me to the Black Rodeo. I never want to go home. I love an Oklahoma boy. You can't tell me nothing about Oklahoma. Okay, so what else we got? Mark Andrews says that there are a lot of opportunities in the new Ravens offense. So somebody cooking something. The Chiefs meeting with Ruben Bain, because they're always in the market and hunting and shopping for edge rushers. Child, they don't miss when it comes to that. Also, Myles Garrett has decided on skipping off-season program and losing $1 million bonus. Is that confidence or is that cockiness? You tell me. He like, I don't need this $1 million. I want to chill with my beautiful Olympic girlfriend and just live my best life. Like, I want to be with my girl. I want to live my best life. Like, I don't need to do this all season. I'm him. Didn't I just break a record last season? What am I doing? What am I doing in this little... This is for practice squad and for people trying to prove a point. I proved my point. Now, you could go to practice, bro. You could definitely go, but I get it. You're like, what's that $1 million? I get it. I mean, it's a lot for us that's watching. It's life-changing money, but I get it. I get it. It's just a bonus. It's just peanuts to you, baby. It's just peanuts to you, right? I get it. So basically, yeah, guys, the off season is loud, but the truth is simple. Teams are positioning, players are politicking, and some of them are still vacationing. And the league is reshaping itself before our eyes. And every week or every other week, I will be here to cut through the noise, give you the real, give you something good to look at and to hear. And we're gonna just go up from here. Y'all see your girl got the overlay. Y'all see your girl. I'm gonna get the backdrop. I'm gonna get the jerseys in the back, the bobbleheads. Hecka helmets. I'm going to have a helmet collection out of this world. I want every helmet from every team, and I want a real helmet. Like, I want a real helmet from the player. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do or say. I'm gonna bust my butt. If I gotta go back to college and get a sports journalism degree, I don't care what I have to do. I'm gonna bust my butt. I'm gonna get in this industry. I'm gonna make a name for myself. I will clear out my whole digital footprint. I will do whatever. I would be a good girl. I will stop posting thirst traps. I will do whatever I need to do. Whatever. Anyways, it's your girl Yoshi G. This has been Yoshi Knows Ball. Officially, we're going to wrap up episode 3. I love you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment down below. And like I said, be on the lookout for my impromptu FIFA World Cup trophy tour video. I love you guys, and I will see you at the draft.
I can't take a loss, time to up the score. After I perform, round me up applause. Feel like 50 large in these Nike shorts. Keep on pushing forward, gotta stay on guard. Shoot my shot from far, and it's never off. Bang the pace so hard, I could take a charge. Gotta keep it tall, on and off the court. Life is like a sport, all I do is ball. Ballin' on these bitches like I'm injuries. Ballin' on these bitches like I'm injuries. Ballin' on these bitches like I'm injuries. Falling on these bitches like I'm Angelries. I don't fear none. Shooting with the stars in the sky is what I land on. Wigging on my competition, I just got my hair done. Tried to do me foul, so made it count, it was an and one. Tying up my sneakers, you can't walk a mile in these, I bet I run this season. They can't guard me by themselves, that's why they double teaming. Shoot my shot right in they face and it's a buzzer beater. Falling on these bitches like I'm injuries. Falling on these bitches like I'm injuries. Falling on these bitches like I'm injuries. Falling on these bitches like I'm injuries.